Today's show is I Learned Some From Here on July 25th, 2026.
So today is 7.25 in America. So the word some is the key word in the title here. I learned some from here. So some is, I guess, a piece of the action. So we're going to have a conversation with my boy because he mentioned that he learned some from here. So I'm like wondering either like how much some or some of what.
Yes, and the chat user said, of course, I learned some from here.
So this reminded me of the word drip and then the phrase drip, drip, drip. So the etymology from back in the I-300s was the word dripping. So drip plus pen. It meant to fall in drops or let fall in drops, but there was an N root added at the end. And this phonetic spelling of the letter N, the 13th in the alphabet, literally refers to the child of God.
Whatever we learn, we earn, and it goes into our urn. Ignore it to burn. Until then, it is a churn. All processions start with a turn.
And that begins with a start. Let's see how start can be parsed and maybe get a deeper meaning of the word start.
You have the word star and T, or ST, and art.
So it's a win-win. So anytime you start, you're either going to be the star of the T, which is the perfected being, or you're going to be on the stage of the tapestry creating art and your expressions as a mini-me of the God force.
And then the word all.
Or the sound all.
The sound all.
What words does it make?
It makes ALL and AWE and AWL and AU. All. And that is in plain sight and ears.
So what does AU, where does that show up in the language?
Authentic in the
So
foundation.
Authority also.
Mm-hmm.
So authority means agency.
Mm.
So if you have agency, it's because you're an authentic being with authority. So AU is also the symbol for the non-decayable because it represents gold. So what did that word AWL mean?
That's a tool.
With a point at the end of
With
it.
a point. Get to the point.
So the end of the point is used to make holes, either in wood or leather. So that's what the AWL tool is, but it indicates the point, and that is the point.
And then all is the expression.
AWE?
Or awesome.
Well, AWE is an awesome, but AWE by itself is basically when you're overwhelmed by the sensation or the idea of something, and you are in awe of it. So the ALL word is meaning everything.
You know, your ear works because of the air.
That's true, because we usually think of speech and the ear, but rarely do we think of the conveyance, which is the air.
And ear equals E plus a thing, which is R, and air is equals I plus a thing.
Yeah, actually, I is in the middle of the thing called air. Because if you look at the way it's spelled, it's AR with an unreasonable I in between, in the center. It's a triunal word, AIR. We all breathe it and we're immersed in it in our bloodstream. But the word air is displaying a map of a thing, which is AR. But here the I is in the center position. The I, without a head, the uppercase I, is a vertical line of virtue. No horizon is possible without an axis or a vertical centered line. In Greek, the name of the symbol for this is the T, or Tau.
And AR and the letter R are the same base meaning, a manifestation of pure essence into material form. The value of tau in Greek is 700, and that reduces to 7. And that also is the phrase sev m, or sev or save, the same meaning, so save m.
So anytime you have a consonant, a vowel, and a consonant, you can discount the vowel completely or interchange it with any other vowel. You're still going to have the base meaning also in the digit transfer. So all the roots that have SV with a vowel in the middle are going to have the same base. So let's look at that.
That's interesting, because then you have SAV, SAV, SEV.
So save.
Save.
Save is indicated in SAV.
SEV for sever.
Sever, yes.
SIV.
That would be for the sieve or the sieve, where you strain things or reduce things.
And SOV.
That's in the word sovereign, which means that you have complete agency.
And SUV.
Well, I don't know what that would be except for a little car that we drive around.
SUV.
But I'm sure in ancient words there's an SUV too, but they all reduce to SV. So S, if we don't count the J in the way we reduce the letters, because it's a mock of your essence. It identifies your essence also, but it's not definable. So this means that S is 18th, but 18th spoken in sequence is 1-8. With the 1 as the foundation, it takes precedence. So it's talking about a single 8. So 8 is the digit transfer of S. If you look at S and you connect the lines, it makes the 8. So the S is the symbol of a spinning 8 or a moving 8. It's spinning so fast that if you take a snapshot of it at just the right moment, it will look like an S. The V is the alter ego of anima, or the soul that we all share, which is the A. So you have the spinning of the 8 creating the V. And in digit transfer, it's 8-1, which inverted is 1-8, so it takes precedence. So the base meaning of SV is 8.
And AE, and with a space
Plus.
or the star, the plus.
AE
plus IOU are the vowels.
So it's basically an oath that we all make when we take our first breath. And AE means all and everything, and IOU is the obligation for the great power you carry of the all and everything.
5 is the letter for essence and the axis of material form. 5 can be seen left or right. 5 scoops the past and refines the nows. E is a trigamma. It is obvious without oblivion, and LI is the variance.
So this LI that gets added, we start with the base word obvious, then we add the 2 letters LI right in the middle of the word obvious, and we get the word oblivious. So the LI variance is a map. You're not having an experience that's not valuable. You benefit from the experience, but there's an imbalance in the map of oblivious. It's the adding of LI. The LI is the acronym for your reasoning side or your logic, and your energetic side or your intuition. So this LI is the balance in your brain that you regulate between your reasoning and your emotional self.
Nothing is hiding if you use the map.
Let's see how many ways we can identify the 144, the humans that are on their way to progression and completion on Earth today.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the center, and 6, 7, 8, 9. So that equals 144. You have A, B, C, D, plus E in the middle, and then F, G, H, I, not plus. And that equals 144. X equals 144.
And why is that?
Because there's 4 going in, 4 going out. Convergence?
And one center.
in one center.
Yeah, you can see in the X, there's 4 arrows pointing in, and there's 4 arms going out into infinity. So you have a convergence happening in the X toward the center point, and then an explosion or an expanse happening from the center point. So the X is showing us 4 convergences coming into the point, and 4 arms going away from the point. So the X is also a symbol of the 144.
And so is the 8. The 8 equals 144. And a day is 1440 minutes. That reduces to 144. 8 split equals 6-9. And 6-9 merged in parity equals 8. Not hiding whatsoever. A and V are...
And UN.
Oh, AV and lowercase un are the same.
They're inverts of each other.
Inverts.
Alter egos.
Hmm.
So an invert is also an alter ego.
Hmm.
So all of us carry the format of contention of an alter ego within the energetic format of our body. So the A represents the eternal, and the V represents the perishing.
Oh.
So all of us contain the AV as part of our energetic makeup, and our will is the central point. This is seen again in the lowercase u and n, because n is the central figure of the alphabet, but it carries an alter ego in the alphabet, the letter U. So the U has more explanation, but the AV together is the most ancient symbol that's been used over and over again and merged together. And it's known in ancient Hindu times as one meaning, and in Hebrew times as the Star of David. So it's actually a merging of the AV symbols. The word.
The word here is where the human ear is, and that's ha, the out-breath plus ear. H equals 8, the map of creation, and 144. H is a perishing 8 because of it's not connected.
It's a broken 8.
It's broken. 8 is the power source and format of the human. That's
well,
H
if you
with
break
man.
if you break human down, man is the roof of the word human, and the sound of H and the symbol letter H is the foundation of the word human. The central figure in the word human is the letter and the entity named U.
Phonetically,
8 and H.
8, right? Because 8 is
So if you spell 8 phonetically,
ATE versus AYCH.
so 8 versus H. So basically it's an 8U man.
8U man.
So you're an HU man, but you're on your way to finding your inception, which was from the 8. So your name could just as easily be 8U man. So if you're looking for your inception, it's in the 8. And the experience you're having now is of the H.
Human equals hum plus an or n, meaning land of the child of God. These claims do not defeat the obvious that the God force that maintains your anatomy and environment is not a God of power, but the prime designer, a force intelligence of all and everything, including your personal power to bend and form realities and values. But if you glorify the loud impersonator, you will not have ears for the quiet, virtuous one.
That's why people meditate, because they want to get away from the noise and see if they can hear a natural inner call from the source of their story and their body. How much simpler can it be than the way you appeared, as me, then your mom, then your dad, then the force that must be reckoned with for your existence? The real goalposts of this life are me and the force I source from.
ABC and the force is the fourth, or the fourth is the reason. When you were born, you had no judgments or recognition of endings or death, like God. But when you became cured to the world, you became nothing and insignificant due to all the judging and idolizing, and you became anti-God in your speech and behavior. Which one is true, or both true, or neither true?
Yes, we must ruminate and use ruminant investigation because we're lost enough that there are clues everywhere, but we have to gather them. In the fourth letter, we see the letter D. It means Tao for the natural order, and it's also connected to the will and the processions of the will because the will is powered by the natural order. We see the use in DE for detach or DE for design. This root DE means keep it or dismiss it. It's the free will and the consequence. The fourth and the force is the D.
The symbol D is written as an assembly or procession of a reverse C, immersed to a vertical line of virtue. Acknowledge and validate to receive divine providence and become unhurtable. The reason this is painful to look at is an imposed allergy to the obvious. We beat that allergy and will help anyone who wants freedom.
You know, it's a funny word, allergy, because when it came to be, it meant a condition caused by oversensitivity to typically harmless substances. It comes from the Greek word allos, meaning other or different or strange. We all have allergies to the unknowns and the different and the strange because we become habituated to the known cycles. It's from the Pi root AL, meaning beyond, plus ergon, meaning the work, activity, going into the unknown, beyond the work of the mission or the activity.
We decoded the words fun and funny, but there are no ears to hear it. Well, fun is a traditional use word used to mean a cheat or a trick, and that's from circa I-700. From the verb fun of I-680s to cheat and hoax, which is of uncertain origin, probably a variant of Middle English. Phonen, or befooled.
So there you have fun plus the root en occurring again in Middle English.
Older senses are preserved in phrase to make fun of and funny money counterfeit bills. Funny is an adjective meaning strange or odd, causing perplexity, is by 1806 said to be originally U.S. Southern, marked as a colloquial in Century Dictionary. The two senses of the word led to the retort question, funny ha-ha or funny peculiar, which is attested by 1916.
Well, let's go ahead and get to the esoteric or deeper hidden map in the word fun and funny. The word fun in its foundation has the F, and it means digamma, or two gammas built into one symbol. But the digamma also leads to the dogma, or the undoing of things, or the breaking and redoing of things.
Funny equals fun plus nay, which is not or no or oppose. Also in the word funny, we hear the sound of E, which points out the essence of our existence.